Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast episode 678. I'm one of those Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
E.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners, and welcome, viewers. We are live on Twitch starting Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. Please join us live, even though my laptop, some reason, says 3:28 a.m. Yeah, I'm having some laptop issues. Welcome to the Moviecast, though, folks. If you missed these live broadcasts, we are over on Twitch on YouTube the following day. So subscribe to both channels. That way you get notified when we go live, or when we post these amazing videos, so you can see them when they go over to YouTube. So, all right, guys, it is towards the end of the year here, and an announcement for those wondering. We'll remind you at the end of the episodes. We will not be podcasting next week. So this is our last podcast of 2023. We're gonna take the week off for Christmas. So we'll be back with our bold predictions episode in January. So that's a fun one. We go back and we evaluate our previous year's bold predictions and laugh about them, probably, or some of them, and then give new ones for next year. So that's going to be the next episode after this. That'll be on January 3rd, 2nd, somewhere in there, whatever that is. The 2nd, 3rd, whatever that Tuesday is after New Year's. So, but we will not be podcasting next week. So this is the last of 2023, folks. So anyways, guys, what have you been watching? I can kick us off because guess what I finished? And it was pretty awesome series.
Oh, wow. Wow. Who knew that finishing something might make your opinion go up?
Yeah, so the only thing that I hate is that I took so long to watch it, and that
Whoa. Oh, okay.
and that also that there's no second season, because I thought the way that it ended, I'm like, shit, I need more of this. And because it's just like, it was definitely a, like, here's the beginning, which I thought was awesome, and then it was like, okay, boom, scatter, and then it's like tone it back into the finale. And that, I would say, the last, probably, it's funny, last week was, I think, 3 episodes short, wasn't I? 3 episodes shy.
Yeah.
Probably the last 3 episodes I blitzed. I just done just sat down. Yeah, I remember it was like one of the nights, it was Thursday night, I think, that week. I just turned it on and I was like, well, shit, here's the next episode. And I'm like, well, shit, here's the final. So it was a very good finale. Very much enjoyed the character developments. I just wonder how it's going to continue. Like, I was like, I got to see more of this. I really do. But if for those wondering, it's Arcane. I'm talking about on Netflix if you haven't been listening to the podcast. And Tony and Corey have recommended this already on the podcast, and now you have a third podcaster recommending the show. So check it out.
Maybe
It's
we'll get
very
Mike
good.
one day, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Won't even
Mike,
get
I
into
think
you-
Cyberpunk.
Mike, I think you would enjoy this one. Actually, I really do.
I doubt it.
I disagree.
I don't understand why. Why do you say that? What do you know about this?
Nothing. So,
So why do you
not
assume you
into
won't
it.
enjoy it?
because I don't like anime and I don't
It's
care
not
for League of
anime.
Legends.
It's not anime. It's not anime.
It's not.
It's
Isn't
not.
it in the
I mean,
style?
it's animated,
I mean,
but
I
it's not anime
I
necessarily.
would say it reminded
It's
me of
completely American.
Cyberpunk. It reminded me of Cyberpunk, the anime that was done with, but that was a
I mean,
great
that's
show
more
too.
anime.
Yeah, but I would say it was even less anime-esque than that. And Mike, I think you would enjoy both of those shows. If you haven't seen either of them, I think you'd enjoy both. But I think I would start with Arcane, because I think you'd enjoy this quite a bit. I here it is, guys. Again, last week. It's okay. This week, Mike, you should watch this. So it's good. I really do think you would enjoy it. Give it like 3 episodes. Give it 3 episodes. What do you got to lose? Seriously, what are you watching? What are you watching?
Apparently, it sucks until the last 3 episodes.
No, I told you, like, the first 3 were really good. It's the middle part that I thought spread out too much, where I'm just like, I don't know where they're going with this. But the last 3 were excellent too. There's only 9, so it's the middle 3 that where I felt like didn't have much direction, for my opinion. But what are you watching anyways, Mike? What have you been watching? Anything?
Nothing. No.
See, there you go. There you go.
I don't want to watch anything.
It was my show of 2021.
Yeah, it was mine too.
There you go. Do you have Netflix?
He did. He got it, and then
That-
couldn't watch
that-
Spider-Man.
yeah. Yeah, I have the ad tier of Netflix.
Yes, I have the ad tier as well, so you're good with that. So go ahead and if you have time,
Check it out.
seriously, check it out.
Check it out, yeah.
I really do think you'd enjoy it. At least give it a chance. Give it a chance. That's all I ask.
Watch the Corridor Crew thing
All
too,
I-
Mike.
that's
You
all
know
I
Corridor
ask.
Crew.
So, all right,
Off them a little bit
That's-
too.
that's pretty much it for me. And Mike, you said you didn't watch anything. Corey?
I'm caught up on the Monarch Legacy of Monsters show on Apple, which is
That's
very
next.
good.
That's
I
next.
do
Yeah, that's next for me.
like that. It's got a good mystery going on and the monsters and stuff. And then I watched the first 2 episodes of The Reacher, the season 2.
I did watch
show.
that. I did watch that as well. So yeah,
Yeah, I like that show. I like
it
Reacher.
is. That is a great show. Did you guys, Tony? Did you check out season 1 of that yet? Reacher.
What is it? Reacher?
Jack Reacher. Yeah, it's Jack Reacher. It's like
he's like a military police guy who's now off the grid pretty much, and just like he's a maverick, travels around, wanderer kind of guy, and
I kind of
stumbles
like
onto a town and like a mystery that's
Is it
going on in
Netflix
town.
or Amazon?
it's Amazon.
Amazon. No. Okay.
I would
I'll
check
put it
that
on the
out.
list.
It's kind of like Jason Bourne, but like
Yeah, I think I remember
super-
you guys saying, like, I was like,
Yeah.
is this a Bourne thing? I was like, okay.
it's kind of like that, but the guy's like super huge. Like which is
This
funny
is
that
the
the
guy-
guy.
Tom Cruise was in the
He was-
movie version, but
It's funny
Right,
that
right,
Tom
he is
Cruise-
a huge guy. He is,
That's what's
This
funny.
guy, Alan Richardson, was
Yeah.
he was
Aquaman.
Aquaman in Smallville, and he
He
was
wants to-
also Hawk in Titans.
And he's on
more
record.
recently.
And he's on record this week saying he wants to play Batman. He really would love to
Yeah.
audition for Batman.
I think
think
he's still.
should
still
be-
You gotta wait for one
pretty
more
boy.
DC reboot though
Yeah.
before you get that.
Yeah. So
But it's good. I like that.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Good start to this show. I mean, I think the first 3 episodes are available, aren't they?
I got to see episode 2. I don't know about.
Who was?
Yeah.
I know 2 are up there, but I
So
thought
this is
3
season
were.
2, so there's one.
This is
season
season 2.
two.
Yeah.
So
but
season 1 is over.
Gotcha.
I really
It's
like.
good. It's like
Yeah.
it's all about like a mystery, solving a mystery. A murder happens, and you gotta figure it out. And it's like small town corruption type of thing, like what's going on and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But
So
it's cool, and like he's always like either the smartest or the most skilled person in the room. So it's fun when you have like a character like that. I like that.
No, and it didn't waste time starting off the second
Details
season.
matter. In investigation, details matter.
Yeah. So
It's his
cool.
thing.
Anything else, Corey? Is that it?
Those two pretty much.
All right, Tony.
I got to watch Godzilla -1.
Hey,
Nice.
So yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
Nice.
Highly recommend it.
Is it up in the years?
Yes.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely.
gotta,
Absolutely
I
have
gotta
to-
see this. I gotta see
Absolutely
this.
have to
I
consider
mean,
it.
it catapults towards the top right away for sure.
I gotta see this.
It's really just a well done movie all around. Like I can't think of anything bad about it. Like I have to think. I saw it fresh. I saw it this afternoon.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
Discount Tuesday. So I was like, oh,
Yep.
sure,
Yeah.
I could do this.
Good timing.
But yeah, I mean, evoking that spirit of classic Godzilla, because I think modern audiences like post 2000s got used to one aspect of Godzilla, which they're all valid, right? I'm not trying to take away from any past movies version of Godzilla and stuff like that, but like seeing him back in like almost like a horror element, right? Because every time you see Godzilla in this movie, like it's bad.
That was
Yeah.
Like it's bad. You don't want
get
you
fucked
don't you
up.
don't want to be around when Godzilla shows up. And honestly, the first appearance even like was kind of like a I don't want to say jump scare, but like it was almost like shocking how like quickly stuff just went to shit. Because here I am, just acclimated to I guess Western horror stuff where like there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of build up where it's like, oh, they're gonna drag this out, and then it's like, nah, it's just like Godzilla's right in your face. It's like, oh fuck, like okay, and you're like, yeah, actually, this would be pretty terrifying, because again, like I think if people look back at the earlier Godzillas by today's standards, I get it, when the costumes were around and stuff like that, you look at that from a modern lens, and you weren't used to it, you'd be like, yeah, it's kind of hokey and stuff like that, but it's like, oh yeah, Godzilla can be pretty fucking scary, and. The thing is, he takes a back seat to the characters because it's not like Godzilla action from start to finish, obviously, or anything like that. And the story of the main character and the characters around him is actually really, really well told and had me invested in the movie the whole way through.
Cool.
It really is kind of like I don't want to say it's like what's the word I'm looking for? No, obviously not like a documentary or anything like that, but it is interesting from the lens of
Ground level. It's like
it's very
you're,
ground level.
Yeah, you're not like this super high military like leaders like coming down. You're on the civilian level here.
Right, you're on the
and there's
civilian
being,
level.
Like,
I mean,
scrappy, figuring things out, trying
Yeah.
to survive in a world where this monster exists and destroyed things. And this is right after a war
World
that
War II,
destroyed
right.
your
and
that
that's
destroyed like some modern cities that you had.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, because I mean this takes place in, you know, movie starts off like days right before the Second World War ends. So you're looking at a nation that's been just completely decimated, right? And they're still licking their wounds from that, and now they
just
have to
got
face
like a nuclear bomb dropped on their in the
too, yeah.
on
And they have to face this unprecedented natural, you know, living disaster, right? Because that's I would classify Godzilla as a living natural disaster, right? It's like a force of nature that you can't reason with, you can't rationalize, you know, it is there.
It's got
and
this
it's coming.
move that happens that like builds up, and when it happens, you're like, oh well.
It's just it's absolutely terrifying every time you see it doing that and stuff like that. And I would say, you know, I think the second appearance was just absolutely horrifying, where you're like, yeah, I would be shitting my pants if this happened. Like, if that were me, I'd just be like, well, I'm done. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's the original vision of the creator. I mean, that's what they were trying
Absolutely.
to do with Godzilla.
And considering this was done on less than a $15 million United States dollar, just blows my mind.
The effects, right?
Right? And the special effects are great. Like, at no part was like, oh, this clearly looks awful, right? Because we've all seen like, you know, shows and movies, especially this year, even from the big Hollywood companies, where it's like, this looks bad, right?
Hello.
I mean, even Ant-Man 2, you know, like, I'm not gonna pick on it, but like those movies are like, where the fuck did the money, you know, $200 million go? And like this, it's like, it gives me that Iron Man 1 vibe. It's like, they did this in a cave with a box of scraps. It's like, there you go, $15 million budget, not even, and you know, it's reaping profits worldwide. So great. I would highly recommend people to.
Yeah, it's like,
check it
go
out.
You go to see Godzilla, but you stay because it's a great story, and it's like,
yeah, and it was
the characters just
they really
amazing.
do suck you
The
in.
one thing that I was like struggling with at first was just getting on board with the main character a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I see what
he
you
does.
mean.
Yeah, so but you do come around in the end. But it's a little tough at first.
Yeah, yeah. If you're like a anime fan, you know what you're kind of getting. It's a trope. It's a trope. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check this out. So this maybe Saturday. I guess probably Saturday. I'm looking at my schedule. I'm like, maybe I can go Friday night. Actually, I'm looking at this because I'm like, that's kind of when my break starts. I have a half day Friday, so I'm psyched. Cool. Cool. All right, that's it for what we've been up to, guys. I don't even have the box office opened yet, but let's
Wonka,
do that
I
real
think.
quick. It is Wonka. Yeah.
That was the only thing that came out, right?
Yeah, I mean, number one was Wonka at 39 million. The Hunger Games at 5.8. The Boy and the Heron at 5.5, and then Godzilla -1 at 5. Good for them.
Nice.
Trolls Band Together at 3.9. So that's your box office. Wonka is doing very well on holds. Actually, it did 4 million yesterday. So
we'll see how it does this weekend, since Aquaman 2 is coming out.
Did you guys? I mean, that I just posted the tracking on that. It's going to open probably, unless a miracle happens, lower than Blue Beetle, which is nothing wrong with Blue Beetle. Don't get me wrong, but hype wise. A $1.12 billion movie, I believe, was what they did on the first one. Is that it was a 1.2? It may have been 1.2.
It was over $1 billion.
For sure.
Yeah, it's either 1.1 or 1.2 billion dollars, the movie, and it's going to open for 26 million, 25 million.
Yeah,
Less
because
than
it just
18 wild prediction doesn't sound that wild anymore, does it?
No,
I mean, goes to show that, you know, the companies really fucked up their.
I mean, you cannot argue that The Rock has changed the face, the dynamic, the power dynamic of the DCU. Since his movie, everything has been in shambles. So obviously, timing of it's funny because that's when they change gears. But I'm just saying, it's just the timing's hilarious. Like, it's just made that statement, and then the hierarchy of the DCU is now changed. Yes, it is true.
It did show that the fans that were still there on board, or what was there so far, that they shouldn't be in anymore.
Yeah, so. which wasn't a lot. But it was better than.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Yeah.
It's worth about 50 million, I would say, in an opening. And now
I mean, this would still be probably.
This would still be like, yeah.
It
would have been like a 70 million if this was like, you know, business as usual, but not.
Yeah, no. So this is going to open like I said, I'd rather go see. I was gonna go see this with my brother, but I think I'm going to tell him forget that. I'm going to see Godzilla instead. So
Absolutely. There's no
There's
world
no-
where I could see
Yeah.
Aquaman being better than Godzilla.
yeah, no. I'd not say better. I just wanted to see it.
No, I mean,
But there's a higher priority.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
certain movies you should see before others, especially if Godzilla's going to be leaving the theater. See that
That's
in the theater.
what I'm
man.
concerned with. Yeah, I want to go see it before it leaves, and get that theater experience too.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
guessing,
definitely a good theatrical
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. So that's
unfortunate
what
that I only there was like 4 other people in the theater I saw, and like all of them were talking at different points in the movie. I'm like,
Oh Jesus!
and I was just like, really, guys? Like, do we have to do this? Like, why?
There's 4 of you. Like,
Why?
we know who's doing
Yeah.
this.
I was impressed. I went to the one in Mansfield gym, and it was
Oh, yeah?
actually like there was only a couple seats that weren't full.
Well, I might go check that out there because that's just easier to run over there.
Yeah.
And check, rather than go all the way to Rockaway and
Mhm.
big theater. So, plus I get a beer during a Godzilla movie. That's kind of a cool thing. Again, it's like probably $20 beer, but whatever. So yeah, all right, cool. That's your box office. Like we said, Aquaman's opening this week. There's a bunch of movies opening this week, isn't there? Like, there's a lot of holiday releases. If I
Are there?
remember right. I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, there's like I know Die Hard is coming back to the theater, but it's like special, like one of those like
Anyone but
Phantom.
you.
We're gonna see a lot of that next year, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep. those
Yeah, The Color
classics
Purple?
back,
The Color Purple's opening.
the new
The
one.
movies aren't gonna
Yeah.
be available, so they got to do
Yeah.
something.
Something out there. Yep.
So,
Christmas
I don't know.
Movies.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Aquaman, Anyone But You, The Color Purple, Ferrari, but nothing huge. Yeah, nothing huge except for supposed to be Aquaman, but that won't happen. So
Even in
Okay.
an interview, I think what's his name?
that's
Jason
why I posted
Momoa.
that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it's not looking too good. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
He's
damn,
like,
dude.
if he can come back as the character, the audience loves the movie, but they're not even talking dollars there. His
Yeah.
statement was, if the audience is happy with the movie, he
Well,
would
that
see
means
himself coming back.
dollars. That means dollars, though.
I
The
read it
audience
like
is
audience
happy.
response is not going to be great. That's what I read it like, but
That means if they come
This
out
is-
to watch the movie.
This is infamous WE meddling again, apparently, and whatnot. So
Yeah.
And then George Clooney was came out
Yes.
and said there's not enough drugs in the world for him to come back and do Batman. I was like, what happened then, dude? What happened?
Yeah,
You just
what the heck?
you
Pop
just
in,
showed
get a
up.
paycheck, and then
Yeah, I guess.
I think
30,
the
not even
second,
30, there's like 5 seconds on screen.
yeah, I think the second bomb of a Batman movie for him, he's like, I can't, I
I
he was
can't
gun
do it
shy
again.
already. He was gun shy already, and then he's like, he was back in his fetal position, just like, no more.
No more.
So,
It's
but
happening again.
You know his agent probably
It's
talked him into it too. He's like, no, people love you. Come on, look, people loved Andrew Garfield coming back as Spider-Man.
Mhm.
People gotta love
Tobey
you. It's like,
Maguire, man.
to be honest though, George Clooney was fine in this for the 5 minutes he was there. I had no problem.
5
with him.
minutes?
Yeah, it wasn't even 5
funny.
minutes. It's
Oh,
like
he was there
2
for,
minutes. 2 minutes. So
Was it that long? He
I don't
said
even
like
know.
2 words, I thought.
Seconds.
Yeah, I thought he was
I
like
thought it
the
was like 2
Stinger
minutes.
cameo.
yeah, I thought it was like 2 minutes, but
He rolls up
Um,
in a car, and then that's pretty much it.
yeah, gets out and yeah. So so that's the box office stuff.
Ben Affleck is listed as a cast member of Aquaman, by the way.
Really interesting.
Well, yeah,
Probably
it
got
was
cut, though.
originally him
It's-
talking to Aquaman at some point, but then it was also
I
George
know
Clooney.
they had posted. I know they posted like pictures and stuff.
Yeah, in the bar or whatever.
Yeah,
But then it was
so,
George
Who
Clooney.
knows? Who knows?
So
it
who
looks
knows?
like this will end the DCEU, and then we'll get a full-on reboot coming up with. I think it's funny is like for some reason, even though they've said it, they've held off a lot of details on their blueprint, just to try not to step on the feet. But they've done it anyway, so I'm like, why not just release your full-on? Give us more details on these movies coming out. But I do feel like we're gonna get a lot of Batman news next year, Brave and the Bold that he's talking about. I think we're gonna get a lot of that early next year. As that ramps up, because there's no way DC lets Batman go to the wayside too
Really?
long for that.
I think we just hear more
What happened?
about
You think Matt
Batman
Reeves?
2.
You think? No, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
ramp up. You know what's funny is
Isn't
James
the
Gunn.
Batman in 2025.
It is, and James Gunn tweeted out actually that this is weird. His statement was that the HBO Max show that's coming from about the Penguin
One. Mhm.
is in the DCU, but not the Batman.
Well, I read, I guess, a different interview where James Gunn was saying that, and again, that was before he signed on as an executive.
Yeah.
But apparently, the WB execs wanted the Batman to be part of the DC, but Matt Reeves was like, no.
No, and James Gunn said he totally respects Matt Reeves' decision. And
He's like, nah.
But the Penguin series, I'm guessing, is about the Penguin, but from a different multiverse. I'm guessing this is going to be about the DCU Penguin.
I don't think. I think that's bullshit. I think he just said the wrong thing because he just guessing as he's going.
Oh, maybe. You might be right, Mike. But I read that I'm like, that's confusing the way he said it, because I'm like, the Batman's not, but the Penguin is in the DCU on the Max show, which is coming next year. That's coming next year.
Well, is it even Penguin? I thought it turned into Gotham PD or something like that.
No, it's still about the Penguin. It's still.
Am I just hallucinating? I thought there was a Gotham PD show or something.
No,
I thought there was one. I think at one point, but I think they're all tied together.
That changed into the Penguin. I thought. I think you're thinking about it backwards. I think that changed into the Penguin. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that, and yeah, I mean, there's we'll see what goes on with that. Going to Marvel's side, let's go to Marvel, because Marvel has been in the news a lot the last day, and let's pick it up with Jonathan Majors. So now we've reported on this a few times, back and forth. I will give us because nobody knows what was going on, but apparently he has been found guilty of the charges, which were, I believe, assault. I forget what the other ones were, but he's been found guilty of harassment, where he can spend up to a year in prison. That sentencing comes down in February. And to give Disney and Marvel credit, the second the judgment came through, that was the end of that.
They had that press release ready.
Yeah. Jonathan Majors is now out as Kang. There will be no, he will not be reprising that role again, which is, I mean, it's weird, right? I mean, the multiverse saga, I believe, already is having its own problems without having to recast the villain, but maybe that's a blessing.
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. This is
the
character that has the most excuses for actually just recasting, right? This isn't a Chadwick situation, where it's a beloved, actor, beloved character and stuff like that, where it's
not even a Rhodey situation.
Right, it's not even a Rhodey situation. It's just hey, whatever. This character has built-in canonical reasons that he can look and be different, right? Even the first time we saw the cast of Kangs, they all look different. So really to be oh, this is a different actor, I'm not gonna be oh.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They can cast and just keep the character. There's been a lot of people talking about, well, just throw the character out. And I'm like, I'd rather them finish the story for this at this point. You're
the planning's been done. Just commit to the bit.
So who do we think could take this role? I mean, any ideas? John Boyega has already said no, by the way.
Yeah.
He will not be taking this role. For those wondering.
Oh gosh. Seriously.
So, yeah, I'm not for that one either way. So I'm okay with that. I just don't know who could
take over.
It
would be fun to get the old road back.
Get Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Cuba, get Cuba for it.
No, it was Terrence Howard, right? Terrence Howard.
Oh, it's Terrence Howard. Yeah, not Cuba. It's Terrence Howard.
I got him confused. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Get Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard was the one that caused the big problem. Yeah. So it would be cool to do something
maybe
with
just make it Edward Norton. It look totally different. Edward Norton.
But they're going to recast. More than likely. They're not going to move on from it. I mean, they might move quicker. They might not have, Kang Dynasty might be, No,
they're still doing. There's too much planning. They have to plan years in advance, right? There's no way that they're going to let this one thing. Because they desperately need that Avengers. They absolutely need to get to Avengers.
It's not getting delayed. It's going forward.
Right.
Yeah. So they need that, and they Deadpool next year is kicking off this whole thing. They really need to get to the next one, the Secret Wars. That's their big end game for this. Is literally end game. Yeah. Literally, that's their big end game, because that's where I feel like that movie could do record numbers, depending on where the status of the Marvel universe is at, but also because of the fact that you're bringing back
everybody,
so many different fandoms together in a movie that you should be able to do insane numbers, numbers that we probably can't even fathom for a movie at this point. You should be able to by that point. What's that going to be? 2027, 2028?
Yeah. Hopefully the box office is better. Yeah.
Knows.
So. Who knows? But that's where we're at, and I mean, like I said, it's the right decision. I'm very happy they went fast with it, unlike another studio that has still not gotten rid of an actor that has been in trouble multiple times.
Now, I'm not going to come to his defense, obviously, because you know, you're guilty, you're guilty. But these were misdemeanors. So, you know, it was lowered than, you know, the prosecution went for something and the jury's like, it's not as bad as, you know. I don't know if you did you guys watch that one video?
Listen,
Getting chased by his.
Yeah,
listen,
I was like,
she is not innocent entirely either.
no,
in this
exactly.
situation.
This is
However, what he did is completely wrong. So I'm not defending him whatsoever.
no, absolutely. And
Two wrongs don't make a right.
right.
no, again, just wash your hands from
Yeah,
the situation.
but again, this is wash your hand, right? Because like the thing is, like, I was like, holy shit, that video, you know, before it's like, okay, yeah, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, it's like, you know what? I'll maintain a full judgment or reservation till like everything comes out, because like that stuff came out real quick in the case, and it's like, yeah, she's a little, you know, perturbed in that, you know, thing, rightfully so, you know, given what it was. So it's like, hey, you know, like things happen. So
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it on the news, guys. It's the end of the year, that's why. So. Quick holiday movie you have to watch. Go ahead. Give me one, Mike. Have to
Die
watch.
Hard.
All right. You took the Die Hard
it's
route.
not a fucking holiday movie.
It's Christmas movie.
It takes place during Christmas. It doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie.
That's the argument always.
The recurring motif throughout the movie ends with the song of joy.
He does say ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun ho ho ho. So
I guess I'm sorry. If you're an American, yes, it's a Christmas movie. I'm sorry.
I prefer Christmas movies that have Christmas themes and like the time of the year of the spirit of it. So that's for me.
It is. It's about family. Bring the family back together.
I'm gonna go with Jim Carrey's The Grinch this year. I'm gonna go with it. I don't know what it is.
Coster, man. Home Alone. Come on.
Oh yeah.
You took my answer.
Home Alone 2. Okay.
No. Home Alone 2's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously not the best, but
someone just said that one of the actors just came out saying that's far superior to Home Alone 1.
Who?
Yeah, 2.
What?
I can't remember who just did that. Someone just said it on Twitter. I just saw it.
For one, you can't leave the kid back like on his own again, and not like in New York now. Like just leave him in a random city.
That's who it was. It was I believe it was Rob Schneider said that. Far superior. Rob Schneider, if I remember right, said that.
So, I think he said that because he's in that one.
Yeah, he is. So he's in
not
that
in the first one.
No. Donald Trump's in the second one.
All right, fine. Then I'll say Jingle All the Way. There you go.
That's nice. A fantastic one too. There you go. You know what? That's a good one.
Where's my Turbo Man doll?
Yeah. So those are some classic films, and that's it for the Moviecast of the last Moviecast 2023. So once again, wish you guys all a happy holidays, a happy New Year, and we'll see you guys for the bold predictions.
just doing his their Polar Express. Obviously, for the uncanny.
You know what though?
Doesn't Tom Hanks play like every character in that film?
Yes, I believe so. I believe so. I've never been a fan of that movie, but I don't know. That's just me. So, never at all. Nope. All right, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Again, we're on the Gamecast. Stay tuned for that. Happy holidays. Bold predictions. Next episode, you guys will hear. It's gonna be fun. So we'll see you guys. We'll see
next year.
Next year. Yeah.
Oh boy.
See you soon. Have a good year.